Moving right along, we're going to talk about a little bit of a Tate story, but it's not so much about Tate. It's about what's happening with BuzzFeed News. BuzzFeed News is one of the biggest, or was one of the biggest media outlets on the internet for years. Now, apparently, they are shutting down. Let's talk this. So now you got Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate saying, okay, I see you, BuzzFeed. Let's see what we can do about this. Pull this other story up, Kels. So, Tristan Tate and brother Andrew Tate, you know them, you love them, you have them, you've seen them many times on the show, express interest in buying popular media company BuzzFeed. Scroll down a little bit so we can see what they're talking about right there. So, hey, BuzzFeed, are you for sale? Me and Cobra Tate are interested. This is via Tristan Tate. So, keep going down right there. So, BuzzFeed News, known for its award-winning investigative journalism, has a separate entity, BuzzFeed. It is reportedly facing financial issues with losses around $10 million a year. And as a result, several shareholders have called for CEO Jonah Peretti to consider shutting down their news operation. So, should the Tate brothers buy this media outlet? Because it's all about crafting your narrative. There's so much negative media attention about the Tates out there these days, about any celebrity out there that doesn't fit with the mainstream narrative. Would it be advantageous for the Tates to say, all right, BuzzFeed, let's see if we can turn this thing around and buy this thing and report on ourselves? Very interesting. So PBD and I talk about this all the time. PBD believes that there are three media outlets that have basically saved journalism from just going completely far left. Number one, we saw what Elon Musk did with Twitter, okay, and everything that happened with the Twitter files. Shout out to Elon for basically exposing the nonsense and the hypocrisy that was coming from the very, very, very far left woke agenda that was Twitter. So now, listen, free speech. I'm a free speech advocate to the highest extent. I believe in your right to say offensive things, even if it offends me, because that's how much I believe in freedom of speech. So Elon Musk was able to do that. Number two, Rumble. Okay, shout out to YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. We're on YouTube right now. No problem with YouTube, playing by the rules. But Rumble has basically said, listen, in a capitalist society, you got to have options. And if YouTube is going to censor or shadow ban certain content creators or influencers or people with a voice, hey, come on down to Rumble. And we're seeing the people doing that with Rumble. So we've actually had dinner. This is, I don't know, a handful of months ago. PBD and I had dinner with Chris Pavlovsky, the CEO of Rumble. And interesting dude. Very interesting dude. It's very important what he's doing. And then third, but not last, Spotify. So when everyone was trying to cancel Joe Rogan for some of the things that he said, taken out of context, by the way, nonetheless, people were calling for Joe Rogan's head, and they were trying to get him off of Spotify. What did Daniel Ek, who's Swedish, by the way, Swedish company Spotify, what did he do? He did nothing. He said, I'm going to keep Joe Rogan, our lead dog, on air. And we've been better for it. Joe Rogan, the #1 podcast in the world. And shout out to Elon Musk, Chris Pavlovsky of Rumble, and shout out to Daniel Ek of Spotify for basically standing your ground and not going too woke and trying to cancel people. So now the bigger question is, should Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate buy BuzzFeed? They're not as big as those media outlets, but it's a start. So I actually think that they should consider it. I think he's so busy. I don't think that he's going to be running a media outlet. But BuzzFeed is for sale, ladies and gentlemen. Throw your hat in the ring if you want to have your own media outlet. Somebody bring that up to PBD. Maybe we do that here at Valuetainment. I don't know.
So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another. Or if you want to watch the entire SOSCAST, click right here.